All right, let's be real here for just a second. If you've ever fallen down a 9mm rabbit hole on a gun forum, you know how loud it can get. Everyone's got an opinion. Glock or die. 1911 still king. Polymers ruining everything. You've heard it all. But here's the truth. While folks are busy arguing about stopping power in the comments section, real-world buyers, people like you and me, are spending actual dollars on completely different pistols. And that story says a whole lot more than online debates. So I dug into verified sales data from thousands of retailers, actual market feedback, and what I found changed my list. Today we're diving into the 7 pistols currently leading the 9mm world in 2025, not just in popularity, but in performance, value, and real-world application. And let me warn you, the #1 pistol is a total curveball. It's like showing up to a tactical shootout and realizing the top dog brought a 3-piece suit and steel shoes and still smoked everyone. Let's break it down. This isn't just any top 7 list. We're going category by category, concealed carry, duty use, and even competition-focused rigs, and spotlighting the pistols that are genuinely dominating each one. Forget marketing fluff. These are guns people are actually betting their safety, reputation, and performance on. Each of these pistols earned their place on this list for a reason. Maybe it's rock-solid reliability, unmatched ergonomics, lights-out trigger feel, or just plain shootability. All right, let's kick things off with number 7. A pistol that proves small doesn't mean skittish. Number 7. Springfield Armory Hellcat Pro. This little beast really helped launch what I like to call the micro-compact arms race. Springfield didn't just shrink a full size, they engineered a new middle ground, the Hellcat Pro, which brought big gun capacity and accuracy into a package that you can legitimately rock under a t-shirt, even in July. Came out in 2022, built off the smash hit original Hellcat, and they fixed one big issue with tiny guns: shootability. Longer barrel, longer grip, but still insanely concealable. And get this, 15+1 rounds in a frame that's barely an inch thick. Just a few years ago, that kind of capacity meant full-size duty guns. The texture, grippy but not aggressive, like holding a stippled peach, not a palm shredder. Factory U-dot sights with a glowing tritium front. That bright green dot pops in low light like a firefly at midnight. And it's optics ready right from the box. What rocks? Class-leading capacity. 15+1 in a micro-compact? Money. Top-tier factory sights, red dot ready. What doesn't? Recoil is noticeable. Better than the OG Hellcat, but still snappy. Trigger is average. Totally reliable, just not fun. Price. Between $550 to $650 depending on options. Number 6. Heckler Koch VP9. Slide into duty class territory and say hello to the VP9. When H&K, the kings of hammer-fired durability, dropped this striker-fired sweetie in 2014, they didn't just throw another polymer pistol into the pile. They raised the bar. Way up. Now, what makes this gun legendary? The grip. You can tailor it with 27 custom fit options. That's right, 27, with interchangeable backstraps and side panels. Feels like it was made just for your hand. No exaggeration. Add in one of the cleanest, smoothest factory triggers in the striker-fired space, and extras like slide racking tabs, which are shockingly handy for folks with less grip strength, and this thing becomes an ergonomic dream. Toss in a cold hammer-forged barrel and the legendary H&K build quality, you've got a duty-ready workhorse. What rocks? Ergonomic king. Nothing else matches its adaptability. Super slick trigger. Easy slide manipulation. What doesn't? Expensive. That H&K logo ain't cheap. Aftermarket isn't as vast as Glock's. Price. Usually lands between $750 and $900. Number 5. Walther PDP Compact. Alright, if the VP9 refined ergonomics, the Walther PDP Compact straight up flexed it and slapped on the best factory striker-fired trigger out there. No joke. It's like Walther said, let's take everything the PPQ was great at and make it better. The texture is aggressive without being abrasive. Feels locked in, not like you're holding sandpaper dipped in lava. But the showstopper, that performance duty trigger, let off as crisp as glass. You get a short take-up, clean break, and a snappy reset. Custom shop-worthy, from the factory. Plus, it was born optics ready. It wasn't an afterthought. The slide serrations are deep and chunky, making manipulations feel positive and purposeful. What rocks that trigger, though? Just wow, fantastic ergonomics, built for red dots right from day one. What doesn't? High bore axis, slightly more muzzle flip for some shooters. Proprietary mags can be harder to find. Price, around $600–700. Absolute steal for what you're getting. So we've covered the carry kings and ergonomic elites, but now, we're at the heart of the American 9mm battleground. Two pistols go head-to-head here, and it's a rivalry that might just split your range bag in half. Number 4. Smith & Wesson M&P9 M20 Compact. The original M&P line shook the table back in the 2000s. And now, the M20 Compact is the fully evolved answer to Glock's long-standing reign. We're talking insane ergonomics, an 18-degree grip angle that most folks find way more natural than the Glock tilt, 4 back straps for hand fit, and that textured grip basically feels velcroed to your palm, even in rain or gloves. Best part? The trigger upgrade is real. Crisp, predictable pull with a tactile and audible reset. Not world-class, but very solid, especially for a defensive pistol. What rocks? Excellent grip feel and pointability. Positive, much improved trigger. Fantastic reliability track record. What doesn't? That hinged trigger feel isn't for everyone. Slightly bulkier than its main rivals. Price: $500–650, especially in optics-ready trim. Equals great value. Number 3. Glock 19 Gen 5 MOS. Let's be honest. For better or worse, the Glock 19 is the control group, the reference, the one pistol everything else gets compared to, and the Gen 5 MOS version brought it into the optic age. They dropped the finger grooves, thank you Glock gods, added the marksman barrel for accuracy, and finally cut the slide for red dots. What keeps Glock alive in 2025? Same thing it always did. Simple, rugged, boring reliability. It just works. You could almost use one as a hammer, rinse it off in a stream, and still win your next IDPA match. You don't buy a Glock to impress the guys at the range. You buy it because it won't let you down. Period. What rocks? Reliability equals religion. Best aftermarket support on the planet. Easy to service, easy to customize. What doesn't? Factory sights are a joke. Budget for a replacement. Boxy grip still rubs some people the wrong way. Price: $620–700. Holds value like land. We just shook hands with the do-it-all icons. Now we march into competition business. High-octane heavy metal precision. These last two guns aren't for concealed carry or duty belts. They exist to conquer stages and smash bullseyes. Number 2. Sauer P320 X5 Legion. In a world full of lookalikes, the P320 X5 Legion pulled a fast one, bringing near-steel heft into a polymer frame. How? Tungsten-infused grip module. Yeah, they mixed in tungsten powder to the polymer so it feels like a precision steel frame, but you get all the benefits of modularity. The result? Ridiculous recoil control. Snappy 9mm feels more like airsoft 9 Light. You'll shoot faster, flatter, and way more comfortably. Flat face skeletonized trigger, 5-inch bull barrel, magwell for race day reloads, cut for red dots. It's straight up race ready out of the box. What rocks? Softest shooting striker-fired pistol around. Crazy modular. You can swap fire control units, barrels, slides. Legit competition-ready setup from factory. What doesn't? Carry? Forget about it. Too heavy for EDC. Premium price, but you're paying for performance. Price? $900 or $1,100 depending on trim. Number 1. CZ Shadow 2. Here we are. Number 1. And it ain't polymer. It ain't striker-fired. And it sure as hell isn't compromise. Meet the CZ Shadow 2, built for one thing. Maximum control, zero-nonsense competition dominance. Based on the iconic CZ75 frame, this is a double-action, single-action, all-steel precision machine. It's heavy, and that's a good thing. Heavy means zero muzzle rise. It's so smooth, you'd swear a 9mm turned into 22 LR. Here's the trick. The slide rides inside the frame, giving this thing a crazy low bore axis. Translation: hardly any muzzle flip. Follow-up shots are laser fast. Trigger in single action is buttery smooth with a surgeon's precision. And the grip, wrapped in thin aluminum on a deeply undercut frame, locks your hand in naturally high. What rocks? Flat shooting like no other. Elite-level accuracy. Legendary single-action trigger. What doesn't? Way too big and heavy for carry. Double-action first shot takes training. Price: $1,200-$1,500 depending on model. There you have it. From featherweight carry pistols to steel frame competition monsters, these 7 9mm handguns are leading the pack in 2025. And if there's one thing we've learned, it's this. There's no perfect gun. Only the perfect gun for a specific purpose. So now it's your turn. Drop into the comments and let me know, which 9mm gets your vote? Is it on this list? Did I miss your go-to? Let's hear your story. Whether it's your EDC workhorse or your prized matchday cannon, tell us what you're running and why. And hey, smash that like, subscribe to Weapon Survival Gear, and ring that bell so you never miss a deep dive on the stuff that matters most. Stay safe, shoot straight, and I'll catch you in the next one.